Are you wondering if a man is trying to make you feel jealous? Well, this video is about some of the ways that you can really tap into whether he is or isn't and what to do about it. So let's dive in. One of the most important things that I always talk about is what is going on for you. Now, if a man is trying to make you feel jealous, like if it's so blatantly obvious, then what are you doing with him? And I know it sounds really simple and you probably thought of it already, but you might be in too deep. You're several years in, or there's some other issues going on. It's still relevant. If it doesn't work for you, if he's doing this to you on purpose to make you feel jealous and to make you, chase him, get out. And I know it's not that simple because every situation is different, but here's a really good way to get your confidence back, to get really clear on what it is you want and don't want, and to move forward with figuring out a plan if he is trying to make you feel jealous and that just doesn't work for you. So the big thing that I teach my clients, and I say this in my videos often, but I'll say it again. How do you feel? If something your man is doing isn't feeling right, do you get to decide whether it works for you or not. But what you don't get to decide is how much he changes. That's the hard part. If he is trying to make you jealous by talking to other women or maybe even cheating on you, this is awful, and I'm sorry this is happening to you. But you get to decide if this works for you or not. And I'm guessing it doesn't work for you. So you get to be brave and strong and be clear on what works and what doesn't work. You see, I talk about masculine and feminine all the time. And it's the feminine's choice. It's the feminine's decision to choose whether something works for her or whether it doesn't work for her. That's it. It is not our job, which we think it is, to change people. So if you're here, yeah, but he's trying to make me jealous and he's doing all these things that I don't like, you state that to him, and if he doesn't change it and isn't willing to have a discussion or to have a conversation with you around how that might look in your whatever level of relationship you're in, then you get to choose your full choice to either stay and accept that or to go. I know it's oversimplified, but trust me, I speak from experience. In your mind, there might be some voices. Yeah, but what about this? Yeah, but what about this? You get to decide what works and what doesn't work, and you don't have control over what he changes or what he doesn't change. And that's the simple, maybe not so comfortable fact. So if a man is trying to make you jealous by doing behaviors to get your attention, then you get to choose if that works for you or not. Now, you also get to choose to take responsibility for your part, if there is a part. So I don't know your situation, but I know in my past, when there have been instances of men turning elsewhere or maybe acting out and trying to make me jealous, there was a part of me that was to have responsibility in that. So there is a responsibility potentially that you get to look at. And if there's anything that you're doing that might be pushing him away or might be hurting him or might be causing him to want to hurt you back, you get to take responsibility for that, and you get to really look in the mirror and see what you might be able to do to improve. Now, be careful, because narcissistic people, not just men, narcissistic people often are attracted to empaths. And I've fallen prey to that as well. If you are an empath and that person who's trying to make you jealous is a narcissist, then you have to be really careful that you as an empath aren't over accommodating. This is what I used to do. I would take responsibility, but then take over responsibility for his problems. This is ex-partners, not my current partner, for his problems, and think, oh, in my counselor says, my therapist, my coach, whoever it is says I should take responsibility. And then I ended up taking on everything instead of just taking my responsibility for having allowed this in my life and moving on, right? And him taking responsibility for his part. No, I would take responsibility for everything and tolerate it ongoing because I thought it was my own fault that all of this was happening to me. I'm not talking about that. So be careful that you're not being gaslighted. If you don't know what that term is, look it up. There are tons of videos online about gaslighting. You are actually potentially being gaslighted into believing your experience of what's happening isn't real. And if you're an empath, that is a very big possibility. So do your due diligence on who you are, like what your personality is, how you operate. Do your due diligence on what their part is, and really come at this in a mature way. Now, of course, this is a YouTube video. I don't know who's watching this, so you get to take from this what works for you. Some of this may not work for you, and some of this may not apply to you. I can't know exactly your situation. So if you want to know more, I can help you by hopping on a call. But otherwise, just keep practicing your own boundaries and getting really clear on what feels right and what doesn't feel right for you. All right, if you liked this video, please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and hit the thumbs up and hit the bell button so that you get notified every Tuesday and every Thursday when I publish a new video. Bye for now. See you in the next one.